Where are you going?
Uptown.
Me too.
We got some new blood this morning, and some who were born before disco died. Officer Bishop, you get to ride with the 40-year-old rookie.
How's the rookie going?
We're on episode 6. You know, there's always a little weirdness kind of getting your footing when you start a new job. It's a new group together, but it's actually been fairly smooth. It's a nice group.
When I spoke to you at Comic-Con, though, you had only shot the pilot.
Yeah.
And I remember I was asking you about, are you sure you're up for this grind? Now you're into episode 6.
Yes.
You still feel game for doing 7 years of this?
You know, some weeks are harder than others, but we have a big cast. We have a lot of people. It's not just
Yes,
all
but the
Nate
title
all the
is
time.
the rookie.
True enough.
And you
True
are
enough.
the rookie.
But if you cut away for a 3-minute scene, that's an afternoon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On TV time.
This is what we train for.
Go get him, boo.
Are you doing as much running as you did in the pilot?
So here's the thing about running. When you see a scene on TV of, let's say, for example, for sake of argument, me, running down, for example, Hollywood Boulevard in front of Mann's Chinese Theater and the Disney El Capitan. Thank you. You see me running down a street. The idea is it happened one time. But the reality is for every camera angle you see, that's a different run. And it was probably more than just the one take of it while we got everything, dialed in. So you're looking at about 30 runs down the street. I just wanted to make that distinction.
Yeah.
When we talk about run down the street, oh, Nathan, I think there's a lot of people going out there, you can run down the street, it's not that, but it's like, it's 30 times sprinting down the street, and the next day, tell me you don't feel that.
So I was
Joe
aware,
Public
I was aware of that. So
you knew.
should I have been
Yeah.
more impressed?
Sure, let's go with that.
All right. What is the percentage of romance in this series versus like the procedural percentage?
Okay, right now we're working with a solid 14%.
Romance.
Yeah, it's a part of life. The significant other, the person upon whom we heap our affections, right? That's real life, but at the same time, our show is about people being cops and the job.
I thought I had to become someone else to do this job. That who I was before wasn't good enough. I earned my place here, and I'm not leaving.
Do you learn any lessons from Castle? Because obviously the romance was a big part of that show.
Yes.
Do you look at that and think, let's not go so fast, let's go slower? Do you take lessons from that in how you pace out the romance of this show?
First of all, it's hard not to take lessons from anything you do, much less something you do for 8 years. The story stuff has a lot less to do with me than one might imagine. Do I think about it? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do I think about it? Yes. But I also think that it's in very capable hands. I would say that the romance in that show was 50% plus. 60 to 67% of that show was, revolved around the engagement between the two main characters. Whereas this one, I think, is a lot heavier in the job department, in the slice of life, of which romance is a slice. It's a slice of the slice of life.
Do you think you'll bring in any Castle alums or One Life to Live alums, like as guest stars? You were really good about that on Castle, bringing in One Life to Live people and like folks you've worked with before.
Absolutely. When I first moved to Los Angeles and people would say it's so hard to get a job, it's not what you know, it's who you know. They would say it in these kind of derogatory tones. And I now believe that A, it's absolutely true, and B, it's actually a great thing. When you are aware of someone's talent, you know what they're like to work with, you know what kind of presence they're going to be on set, you know what they're going to bring in front of the camera and behind the camera, and you can respect them as an individual, as a human being. 42 minutes of television program for me is 8 days, so I look at it differently. It's who I spend my days with.
Right.
We have some Castle crew. I've already had one soap alum, not One Life to Live, but I've already had a soap alum come and visit us. I'm always a huge fan of the daytime people.
Who's the soap?
We're having Sean Christian play one of our roles.
What's it like being back in New York? I mean, you spent so much of your early days acting in New York. What do you miss about the city?
You know what I miss most about New York? Because I didn't miss my apartment so much. It was very dark. If I wanted to see sky, I had to open the window and do one of those, right? I was very close to the bottom. I could see the back garden, but I couldn't go into it.
Well, seeing a garden in New York, that
was actually quite nice, actually.
That's a perk.
Yeah. But I was always looking at here's one. I was always looking at another apartment across the way, and there was always this guy looking at me through the window, and I was creeped out entirely for so long when I finally bought a pair of binoculars, and there was a painting. I thought a painting was a guy staring at me for about 4.5 months. 4.5 months. I was like, this guy's got to go.
So what do you miss about New York?
Good question that you asked.
Was the initial
And
question.
I forgot to answer. The people. The people. Summers are too hot, winters are too cold. There's the spring and fall that are amazing, but just the fact that you walk out your apartment and run into people.
Doesn't happen in LA so much.
Yeah, meet people. People are fearless in New York. People are unafraid to engage in New York. You hold the door open for someone in LA and they think you got an angle. It's weird. And this is my stop. I used to live up here, 70th Columbus. All right, I'm out of here. Do you know the burrito place on 81st and Broadway?
I do, actually.
7 o'clock tonight, we'll see you there.
Take care. No,
Always a pleasure.
don't touch.
Come here. Have a good one. Mind the gap.